Hi, welcome on to Arsenal Fan TV Match Predictor Show in association with Sport Lobster, the show where you get to predict what's going to happen over the weekend. And first of all, got to say the big respect going out to the winner of last week's Prediction League, which was the Bearded Gooner with 52 points. I don't know how you did it, mate. I was all over the place. What done me was the Arsenal result, losing to Swansea. Listen, it's quite a few days on and I still can't get my head around how we lost that. Cameraman, do you know how we lost that game on Monday?
No.
I'm still trying to work it out, and this is what makes these predictions so hard to you know, get right. But listen, I'm going to be spot on this week. So let's rattle straight through them. There's not many games left now, only a couple of weeks of the league left. Southampton versus Aston Villa. Now this is an interesting one. Villa ain't out of it yet. They need to win. It's the early kickoff. Southampton, I think it could be like their last home game. They're going to be up for it. Whew, really hard one to call this one, but I'm going to go for a Southampton win. I think Southampton will take that game, and it'll be a bit of squeaky bum time for Aston Villa going into the last week of the Premier League. So I'm going for a Southampton victory in that game. Burnley versus Stoke City. Burnley are already down. Stoke City have been playing very, very well. Burnley going to put their heart and soul into it. That's one thing about them. And I don't know, maybe I'm going to go for a draw in that one. I can't see them beating Stoke, but I think they'll get a draw out of that game. Queen's Park Rangers versus Newcastle. Probably the worst two teams in the Premier League. One team that just lose week after week after week in Newcastle, although they did get a draw last week, but they've been totally hopeless and have got a totally hopeless manager in John Carver. And Queen's Park Rangers, who quite frankly, I mean, their display last week against Manchester City, a game that they had to win, and to get beaten 6-0, to completely capitulate. Oh, I tell you, and this is their last game. They're already down, Queen's Park Rangers. Actually, I think Rangers, you know what, they're gonna be in front of their own fans. They ain't gonna want to embarrass themselves. Newcastle are rubbish. I'm going for a Queen's Park Rangers win. Queen's Park Rangers to win and go down with a little bit of pride after last week's humiliation. Sunderland versus Leicester City. I'll tell you what, there's some great games down at the bottom this week. Again, a game that both of them have to win, especially Sunderland. But I like Leicester. I like the type of football they've been playing. They're not an easy team. Even when they played us, I remember they were decent. This is hard to call. Hard to call. I'm going to go... Oh, I've got to go for a draw. Draw. I can't separate the two of them. I'm going for a draw. Yeah, Sunderland-Leicester draw. Another interesting game. Tottenham versus Hull City. Tottenham have been on the beach. Right? They've been awful, Tottenham. Lost again last week. Hull City have to win this game. They got beaten by Burnley last week. If they lose this game, they could be relegated. They could be relegated, quite simple as that. I mean, it could be all over for them. I mean, maybe not mathematically, but really and truly, it'd be all over for them. So, Hull City, I think they got Man United in their last game of the season. They've simply got to win this game. And I think they will, because Tottenham are so bad at the moment. So, I'm going to go for a Hull City win. West Ham versus Everton. These games are hard to call. West Ham, hopeless again last week. Everton, getting beat last week as well. Oh, I don't know how Everton lost that game, though, to Sunderland. In all fairness, it was a bit like our game at Swansea. They battered Sunderland. Sunderland got 2 deflected goals. I'm going to go for a draw in that game as well. Draw between West Ham and Everton. Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. The swan song for Steven Gerrard. 5:30 kickoff. Steve Gerrard, it'll be a real loving, it'll be all tears and crying and slipping. No, not slipping. But, you know, the Liverpool legend going out. Will he go out on a high? I think he will against Crystal Palace. Again, Palace have been on a real slide recently. Not been playing really badly, but their defence is just not good enough at the moment. and I can only see a Liverpool win, especially with the fact that it's Gerrard's last game. Yeah, I'm going to go for a Liverpool win in that game. They're going to be right up for that one. Sunday, Swansea versus Manchester City. Now, Swansea, they're playing really well at the moment. They've done the double over Arsenal. They've done the double over Manchester United. And they're very capable of beating City, but I don't think they will, to be honest. Really want them to get something out of this game, but I can see City winning that game, so I'm going to have to go for Manchester City beating Swansea, which really will kind of cement them getting that sort of second place position, City, but I can't see Swansea doing them. Even though Swansea beat us, we had so many chances. I can't see City spurning those amount of chances if they come their way. I'm going to leave the next game till last. So we go to Monday, West Brom versus Chelsea. Chelsea, they've won the league already. West Brom haven't really got nothing to play for. They're safe as well. I'm going to go for a draw in that game. I don't think, you know, Chelsea will probably throw in quite a few youngsters, etc. Yeah, I'll go for a draw in that game. And finally, the big one, as far as every Arsenal fan is concerned, Arsenal versus Manchester United, 4 o'clock kickoff on the Sunday. It's my son's birthday on the Sunday as well, so that's a good omen. We beat them last time there. They beat us early in the season at our place. How? Again, I don't know. That was a bit like the Swansea game where we battered them, didn't take our chances. But if we take our chances on Sunday, I can see us winning. United might be missing Carrick, who's kind of essential to shore at that midfield. If they are, I can see us getting a lot of joy. They'll have Fellaini and, you know, guys like that bombing forward. Listen, it's going to be a tough game. I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for a draw in this game. Of course, I want Arsenal to win. But looking at it, realistically, United at home, they're going to be up for it against us. Even though really sort of both teams have sort of cemented a position in them top 4. But I really want to see Arsenal get something out of this game, because we really don't want to be finishing 4th place and having to go through a qualifier. So I'm going for a draw in that game. So those are my match predictions for this week. What are yours? Of course, the link is below for Sport Lobster app. If you've not already signed up, sign up. And you can do your predictions for absolutely free. And the winner wins themselves an Arsenal Fan TV t-shirt. Bearded Gooner won it last week. Who will win it this week? That's what we'll find out. And after this week, of course, only 1 week to go of the Premier League. What are we going to do? Thanks for tuning in. We were both asked the question, which player would get 20 goals, Welbeck or Falcao? As it turns out, none of them have got anywhere near. But
that's what I'm saying.
But the thing here I have to say, right, is Welbeck, he had the last laugh. He scored that massive goal for us in the FA Cup, the winner against you lot.